Hello.
Hello.
I tell you what, Young Woman and the Sea. I love these kind of movies because to me they're very much, it's like a Sunday afternoon movie. Like Chariots of Fire, Escape to
Lovely.
Victory, Fly Away Home.
Nice.
Goonies.
Yes.
Those sort of
Yeah.
like that's what this like took me as.
Yeah.
And you don't seem to see as many of those anymore. When you made it, when you was going through the script and stuff like that, was that what you had in mind? Kind of just, this is a wholesome sit around with the family weekend movie.
It's funny. I don't know that I think it's one of those things where you read something and it's your experience and how you feel about the thing, and then as it takes form and you realise what it might be. I remember I just loved the script anyway. I loved Jeff Nathanson. I met Joachim, loved Joachim. The whole team I was so thrilled to work with, and I loved the script just as loving the script, and then knowing that it was about a real woman, that's amazing too. And then I remember Jeff saying as we were filming, you just love this family. He said watching the rushes even, you just want to spend time with this family. So as we were filming and then as we've been discussing it, it really feels like something that's hitting that sweet spot for people. It's a family movie. It's a film about triumphing over adversity and defying the odds, but also it's a movie about family and sisters and parents and someone doing something magnificent alone, but also the support team they have. So it feels like it's just feels good, and a lot of people have said how good they feel at the end of it, which is great.
Maybe that's the thing. Like when you're feeling good and you feel safe and you feel part of a family, it reminds you of like times when you were with your family and watching these kind of movies. And that's why I guess it took me to kind of growing up in those afternoons when it's raining and you want something to stick to the TV to. You must be buzzing as an actor when you read a lot of scripts and get a lot of different stories. But when you hear something that seems very unique and the big parade you get at the end. Which obviously really happened, and you think, why haven't I seen this more before? Was that part of the excitement? Going, wow, this is a real thing, and it's check your notes. It's not been covered 1,000 times already.
It certainly was. I just couldn't believe that I didn't know of her, and then the ticker tape parade. When you actually see the real footage, even our film. You think, oh, that's an exaggeration, and you see the ticker tape parade. It's just not an exaggeration. So that is just wonderful, and the fact that we're really introducing her to people that don't know about her is great, but also personally playing resilience and determination and loving something just for the love of it is so wonderful, and then that's growing and that's changing throughout the film. So I felt acting-wise, I had so many places to go because each new challenge is something else to be overcome in a different way, whether that's the fracture between her and her sister who love each other so much, but figuring out how in this new world when Trudy's at her lowest and Meg's at her lowest, how are they navigating that together? There was so much to dig into, and the swim is real and Trudy was real, but there is limited information about her. So getting to have creative license about those relationships around her and how they might have really felt in the day-to-day is wonderful. Speaking of challenging,
I mean, unless it's CGI putting Star Wars to shame, like I'm guessing you spent a lot of time in open water for this, which absolutely terrifies me. Is that something was that something you were into, and for years you're thinking, I can't wait to get a movie where I can swim a lot?
No.
Or is this something where you just had to
spend
hours and hours swallowing salt water for this?
I had to spend hours and hours swimming in pools. It was actually, there had been a storm out to sea in the Black Sea, so we actually weren't able to train in the sea until I got to the sea because it was dangerous to swim in those conditions. It was scary and it was overwhelming, and each time you do something and you think, okay, a bit of the swim's done, and then I get out and get warm and get dry, and then you have to get back in over and over and over and over again for days and days and days at a time. So really it was as much I did all of the physical training for 3 months and all of the supplementary training when we were filming, but the mental hurdle was really something to overcome because I do not like open water. I don't go in the sea beyond where I can see the floor. That is something that is deeply uncomfortable to me. And each time, I would go back to the support boat and have all my panics, but then getting there was no way I was going to interrupt filming with it, but certainly there was a lot I had to squash to play someone who loved it.
Unlikely we're going to see you signing up for a charity swim again across the actual English Channel anytime soon.
Yeah, no, a couple lengths.
That's fine.
And I'll sponsor people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm absolutely terrified of it. Right. If I see anyone on the back, I'll send them.
So I'll sign up.